Tower Fantasy is dead. I know it. You know it. Many of you know it. The devs themselves know it. Which is why this announcement, this revelation from them is...
He almost got it right. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it.
So interesting to me and to a lot of people. I was streaming earlier today when someone came in and they asked me, hey, Sticks, did you know Tower Fantasy is rebooting the game, creating an alternate version of it, making a Tower Fantasy 2?
What the fuck?
I sat there and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's a thing? Why would they be doing that? What would that even look like? And I guess we're about to find out.
All right, let's see it. See if it's any good.
I was linked to this thread over on...
Tower Fantasy is doing a large-scale game reboot. November 23rd, made a post about remaking the game from the start. And there's a survey for all players to gather opinions. We'll play... Bro, can you please tell them to just DM me? Like, so they don't just, like... Because they'll just waste their money again making bullshit.
Tower Fantasy is doing a large-scale game reboot, possibly a relaunch.
Yeah.
On November 23rd... the official Bilibili page for Tower Fantasy made a post about remaking the game from the start. Tower Fantasy 2, question mark? And they also made a survey available for all players to gather player opinions about what players wanted to change.
Yeah, sure.
Having played an extensive amount of Tower Fantasy over the course of the last several months, I mean, I did a dedicated video of it after investing several months of my life into it. That went on to get 160,000 views. I can safely say what they need to do is remove that repetitious ball energy collection system, because that was atrocious, and maybe stop playing at 3.3. They need to make the waifus hotter. They need to...
Yes. The characters suck. That's the problem. There's not enough design. The game isn't vibrant enough. Like, you go and you look at the Genshin Impact characters, and they look way better. You look at Project Mugen characters, they look way better. You look at Fate Grand Order characters, they look way better. The Tower of Fantasy characters are like... It's like if you made a Genshin character through AI. It's like you said... AI, here's the prompt. New Genshin character with blonde hair. And, like, it pops it out. That's what it would fucking be. And even that's probably not true, because the AI would probably do a better job.
Enhance the good aspects of the story, which were noticeably better in 3.0 and 3.1, 3.2. They need to focus more on the side activities, the side content, because I think that's one of the aspects of the game where Tower Fantasy really shines. They need to continue hiring Genshin voice actors, because if 3.0 and onwards shows us anything, it is that they are much more talented than whoever they were hiring for 1.0 through 3.0. Let's go ahead and take a look at the official post from them on Bilibili, which was linked to in the thread. There's a survey there for...
Well, the lore sucks. Nobody cares about the characters. It's an MMO, but you never see anybody else. It's pay to win as fuck. Collection stuff was time gated on release. Like, there's like all this like really stupid shit in this game. There's like a huge amount of stupid shit in this game. This is the problem the game has. Like, it's really not some kind of fucking five-head, oh, I wonder why it's like this. It's actually very simple. You know, I played 1.0. Yeah, of course. I looked at the rest of it. It's the same problem. That's why I didn't come back.
Any of you that are interested in letting them know what they need to change, what they need to implement or enhance or overhaul, then there are some comments that we'll take a look at as well once we're done. Before we delve any deeper, I want to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon. It will allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos on gacha games like this every single day. You guys are phenomenal. Now back to the video. The official page goes on to read, co-creation retrospective plan. And this was translated, by the way. It was originally in Chinese. This is now in English. Co-creation retrospective plan questionnaire collection to question the planning, understand the planning, go beyond planning. So they're looking to collect questions from players to hopefully understand what players want and implement them.
Right.
Tower Fantasy is about to start again. We're going back and rebuilding the tower.
So they're just remaking the entire game. Like, I really thought it was impressive that they fucked this up. Because how is it possible that you can have an anime MMO game and you fuck it up? Like, that's like you've got like everything going for you and you just, what are you doing?
The Tower of Fantasy. The co-creation retrospective plan will be officially launched from November 23rd, 2023 to December 7th, 2023. So I'm assuming this plan is the survey, and after December 7th they're going to go ahead and collect all the information and then begin overhauling, begin recreating maybe something akin to Final Fantasy 14, because as you no doubt know, A Realm Reborn was a substantial improvement over the original 1.0 version of Final Fantasy 14 and was much better received. This might be the reception, or this might be the overhaul, the alteration that the game needs to be better received, as 3.0 was a marketable increase in terms of quality. Come fill in the questionnaire and give your bald head your bald headline.
It actually says bald
like
head. What the fuck?
What is that? Like your list of the best bald creators, characters, streamers?
What the fuck?
Like, is
the fuck is that?
Would that list include like Asmongold, Tech?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Shit. Oh boy.
I'm sorry. We look forward to passionate feedback from every pioneer. Jump directly to fill in the questionnaire. Boredom666 says that the plot is weak. There's a lack of character development. I can completely agree with that. I actually noted that earlier. This Deepwater Torpedo says that we need to adjust the weapons. I also agree, because like 1.0 weapons, 2.0 weapons, they're entirely irrelevant when compared to the 3.0 weapons. And
no. Read this fucking idiot's post. Please adjust the weapon power for veteran players who spent real money in Krypton at the time to the current strength. Even in the worst case, strengthen it. Everybody spends the same amount of money, so why should I spend money first and be stepped on by you who spends money second? Players who are persisted... Like, and this is the reason why the game has a fucking problem, okay? It's because the entire fucking game revolves around its monetization. That's the reason why these games suck. It's because the entire game, it's like, think of the game as the Earth and the monetization is the moon. And think about how much chaos we would have in life if the Earth revolved around the moon. Because that's what happens in these fucking games, is the monetization matters so much, and then every system in the game is built to be a big funnel into the store page. And that's the problem. That's the issue. And you have some games that are able to like kind of do a good job hiding that, like Genshin Impact, etc., right? But at the end of the day, they're trying to get you to go to that store. And that's the reason why these games have problems. It's because every system in the game is built around incentivizing going to the store.
Would not be irrelevant when the 4.0 weapons release. Work Hard Xiao Huang says he wants this to be the equivalent of Final Fantasy 14. Can you bring back the feeling of group fighting? So this person wants there to be more multiplayer aspects, to have it more multiplayer focused.
Yes.
And I completely agree. I love MMOs. And
why the fuck would you play this game if you could play Genshin Impact? Like, Genshin Impact is better than this game in every single way. So, like, why would you play it? Because it's multiplayer. And you can make your own character. So if you can't utilize the multiplayer elements of the game, why the fuck would anybody play it? I mean, really, like, think about it. It's just that simple, right?
Our Fantasy, for all intents and purposes, is an MMO, and it really doesn't feel like it anymore. Flossy Losi says, if players even give feedback, will you listen? Because I think he goes and lists reasons that he doesn't believe they will. And you know what? I'm not disagreeing with this sentiment. I strongly believe that they're going to. They have a goal in mind, and that's kind of what they're going to attempt to create anyway, despite what we think and what we want. Cousin Wang Ji says, in summary, the game is in an unhealthy operating mode, so an unhealthy state right now, but we don't know how to save it, which is very true, because I'm sure you guys are aware, recent numbers for the game put it very low. This graphic here puts earnings for this month for global on PC at $600,000, which is almost half of what last month made.
That's really bad.
That is disregarding China, that is disregarding mobile, but
that's still really bad.
Have halved on PC globally in the last month, then it's probably similar across the board, but that's what fans on the official Bilibili page have been saying. Let's see.
If the reboot is as huge as Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn, I might give it a chance. Listen, I'll play it when it comes out. Sure, we'll see how it is. But do we really think this is going to happen? No. Whenever Yoshi P was like, I think we're going to remake the entire game, he read players' feedback, but he didn't make a fucking Reddit post and say, hey guys, what do you want in a new game? I'm pretty sure they didn't do that. I think that every time that like the developers go out and they ask players like for this kind of feedback, sometimes it doesn't bother me, like whenever I think they're on the right path, but whenever they're not on the right path and they start asking for feedback, it makes me very nervous because it makes me believe that they don't know where to go and they don't have any actual vision for the game. They're just like, well, maybe we should do one of these. I don't know. Gold River asking me else. Yes, exactly. It's a PR move. Well, no, I think they need the help. I think it's both.
But Western players over on Reddit are
saying, and they make the game for a vocal minority. Yeah, like these people aren't the normal player. These aren't the people like, and yeah, it's like you think about it like this, right? So, all right, let's use some logic here. So we're going to remake the whole game to get new players back. Okay, so how do we get new players back? Well, let's ask the old players.
If the reboot is as huge as Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, I might give it a chance. The whole Gears score system is what made me drop it. Totally agree. Leveling your Gears score in Tower Fantasy literally takes fucking months. It is horrible and grindy and just should not exist in the game. The PS5 release was so bad, I don't have faith in anything they do. Yeah. PS5 has no crossplay either.
PS5 doesn't have crossplay? That's pathetic.
Video on this, that's true. When they released it onto the PS5, they were like, you know what, let's enable no crossplay whatsoever and have people start from level 1 from scratch. Let's allow no crossplay functionality between players, so you can't play with your friends. It was a mess. I don't have high hopes for this, considering they can't even manage a proper console launch. Exactly. I don't believe they can do much. The company proved to be quite greedy, and that won't go anywhere. So in the end, the game will still have a lot of power creep and pay to win. Well, they need to make money somewhere, and suckers are gonna pay. The mobile version was
the thing is, like, yeah, they need to make money somewhere, but there are a lot of games that aren't pay to win. Like, you don't have to make the game pay to win. So what are we talking about here?
Garbage couldn't play it on a gaming phone, learn to optimize before anything else. Evidently, Western players are not happy. They don't really expect much. Chinese players don't look like they expect much.
Nobody expects.
Aren't expecting much.
Nobody expects anything. Okay. Well, hey, at least people can't be disappointed, right?
Very curious to see what happens with Tower Fantasy 2 and what they're going to title it. I'm also curious what your thoughts are on this, so take a moment, let me know down in the comments. What do you think they should change?
How about 2 Towers of Fantasy?
What do you think they should overhaul? What do you think they should fix? Now, if Tower Fantasy isn't a game you're interested in, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now. Hopefully
2 Towers of Fantasy. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right. Well, yeah, I didn't even know this was going to happen. I'm going to be honest. I did. Twin Towers. Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Giving their head in the game despite all the haters. The thing is that they keep making the game, but they keep making it in the wrong way. That's the problem. They're making the game in the wrong way. So it's like, yeah, I respect the fact that they keep trying. I'll link you guys a video. It's a Sticks video. It's pretty good. I don't know how I'm not subbed to a second channel. But like, this is a good video. But like, goddamn, I'll tell you what the real problems with the fucking. You want to know why I stopped playing this game? There was like 5 different reasons, but like one of the big reasons why I stopped playing this game is because just very simply, there was nothing to do in the game. It was boring. I didn't interact with anybody. There was nothing to progress on. The characters were like binary, like it was a pay-to-win game. Like, it's just boring. Like, that's why it's bad. And like, it's pay-to-win. And so, like, any accomplishment that you have, like, this is the problem with pay-to-win games, is that, and this is my opinion, right? This is my problem with pay-to-win games. Some people don't feel this way. I do. There is nothing I can accomplish in a pay-to-win game that makes me feel good. Nothing. Like, the only thing that that's actually not true. I was happy that I got my golden horse in Lost Ark. But that was because I did a bunch of stuff that wasn't pay-to-win stuff. It was totally different. Like, aside from Rapport, which you can kind of buy some boxes, but, like, that's it. So, you also joined a dead server. Well, I mean, I joined a dead game. And also, like, I joined a dead server. Well, then why was it a dead server? Why didn't they fix that? You see what I'm saying? You pay Lost Ark instead of playing? Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I just don't feel good about achieving things in a game like this because I know that all I could do is just spend more money and achieve them faster. There's not really a sense of satisfaction out of it because I know that the win is guaranteed. That's what I think. But you don't need to spend money, though? Yeah, but if you do, you save time. And also, a person that spends money and plays the same as you is going to be better than you. So, like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. If there's no PvP, what does it matter? Yeah, of course it fucking matters. What do you mean? Absolutely it matters if there's no PvP. Yeah, if you can achieve something and do it faster than somebody else because you spent money, and it's like an in-game system, then yeah, it does matter. And there was PvP, but to be fair, the PvP was like equalized. So yeah, Final Fantasy was initially a flop, but it had its redemption arc, and now it's one of the most popular MMORPGs. If Tower Fantasy 2.0 can follow that route, then it's a big W. There's a lot of games that remake themselves. Like, yeah, oh wow, Final Fantasy did it. Yeah, great for Final Fantasy. What about whenever Bless Online did it? You know, it's just like one of those situations. Just like a little bit of one of those, just a little bit of thing,